Welcome
to the Color and Life podcast.
or welcome back, whichever matches the experience you have. I'm Jennifer.
This is episode 26, part 2.
Oh, yeah, we forgot to say it was episode 26, part 1 last time, didn't we?
We're sorry.
We're sorry. It's on the title screen.
This is episode 26, part 2.
This is episode 26, part 2.
We said it this time. Hooray.
I'm Jennifer.
I'm Don Michael.
All the places we can be found
and
out.
we are the Color and Life podcast.
We are.
In unison.
And we are
The Color and Life podcast. No, we're not doing that again.
That's so cheesy. We are not doing that.
No, not ever again.
That hurt. Okay. And I'm sorry we inflicted that upon you. All the ways to find us and stuff are up here now.
Yeah, the main one is www.colorandlifepodcast.com. You can go there, and there are links and stuff to places elsewhere.
Yeah,
that we can get to.
Pages for contact us.
Yeah.
There's pages for the episodes. There's pages for the recommended stuff. There's pages for the contest rules. And all of these will link back to Ravelry. A lot of them link back to Ravelry, but some of them link to Instagram. Some of them to other social media platforms.
Yep. And then the target date for upload is Tuesday, May 30th, 2017,
yes.
which is one day before your coupon code ends.
Yes.
What is the coupon code?
The coupon code is 25% off all my patterns. I love giving, I forgot to mention this last time, but I kind of started a new tradition that I remember when my birthday is, and I don't really expect anybody else to remember when my birthday is. So I give presents on my birthday. And that way I get to have fun. And there get to be presents. And because I really suck at it. I really suck at remembering everybody's birthdays. So it's just a thing for me. I haven't drilled down and figured out why. So I figure if I give presents on my birthday to people, then they'll get presents. Then the people I care about get presents. Anyway, so that's what I do. I'm weird. I do it backwards. And
you're all whackwards?
I'm all whackwards. But then again, we knew that I'm weird. This is a well-known, established fact. So anyway, I'm giving everybody a present of 25% off my patterns.
Yep. So this week we have our long and maker of the month. The makers of the months.
Because we have two of them for 2 months.
Our conversation.
Yes.
Where we conversate. No? You're just going to leave that one there?
Okay. Leave it right there. Please
so,
go on.
and no questions from viewers. No. So, that's that.
Maybe next time.
Maybe. So that's it for this week.
All right.
On with the show.
On with the show. All right. Is it time? Is it time?
I think you need to not drink so much coffee. Because it's time for the Color and Life Double Dog Dare Knit Along.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
You need to not drink so much coffee. Okay. Color and Life Double Dog Dare Knit Along. We have... It says go, go, go.
Yes,
because
go.
You need to go, go, go because we're running out of time.
That's right.
At this point, it will be 3 weeks left.
Mm-hmm.
You have 3 weeks left to complete the...
To complete your training.
No, that is not how that works. Wrong. Try again.
To complete your projects.
Yes, that's it. That's it.
And enter and do the chatter thread. So come chatter. You just need to be a member of both groups. So, come chatter and play. And
which both groups?
David Dog Dare and Color and Life Podcast.
Yes.
On Ravelry.
Yep.
Okay.
What about our Maker of the Month?
Our Maker of the Month. Oh, we're already ready for that?
Yeah.
Oh, if you have any other ideas for Kels, let us know. And now we'll do our Maker of the Month. So, Maker of the Month is Ann Tudor for one more day.
Yep.
Well, day and a half, depending on when you watch this. If you watched it on May 30th, then you will have a day and a half to avail yourself of Ann's coupon code, color15, on her website.
Ann Tudor LLC.
.com. No, AnnTudor.com. Ann Tudor LLC is the Instagram.
Ah, right.
Where you can see all her cool things. And
That
we
is what it
have cupcakes.
And
Cupcake still and a
show
heart earring. Which ones do you want to show?
Oh, the pot of gold ones.
Okay.
We showed these last time.
So, I have a lot.
Boop.
Some of them have been moved into the bedroom so they can wear them.
Having difficulties with. There we go. Let's show this side. So there's all of these, and then a pot of gold.
It's just cool. She just has so many cool different things. I need to order the hippos. I definitely need to order the hippos. And I do love the colored sheep, though. I just think these are adorable. I just love these little color. Oh, they're not showing up very well. Show them.
Gotta get all your sheeps in a row.
Yep. You need ducks, and if you've not done ducks, you need ducks, because then all your little ducks can be in a row on your thing.
There you go. All your sheeps in a row.
Okay. But not quite in rainbow order.
That is
I love how
not
you
important.
mess with our brains that way. Okay.
What? Rainbows? That's only
So,
the refraction of light. And,
Ann Tudor is our Maker of the Month through... Ann Tudor is our Maker of the Month through May.
Yes.
The 31st of May. But there will still be another few days in June before our viewers will see us again.
Yes. So we are going to show you.
Oh, we're going to tell you about our next Maker of the Month, which is...
No, that's... Stop it. That was...
You so-and-so. What?
It hurts. Your pun, it hurts.
I know, I'm very punny. Okay.
It wasn't
one of
even
my
a
favorites.
pun. It was like barely wordplay.
Okay, so she has started, and all of the stuff for her shop will be here. Because I forgot to write it down. It's not in the show notes. I'm so sorry. Anyway, so you so-and-so. And I love this. She started doing embroidered bags. And they're great. And this one says, I'm a lady with the vocabulary of a well-educated sailor. So, in fact, oh my word. We went so
Not my fault. It's done.
Okay, so the cool... I love this bag. Partially the reason I love this bag is because when my kids, as they were learning how to knit, got to swear while they were knitting. That was the only time. That was a time that was designated as acceptable. And as they were growing up, they could only use their vocabulary when they knew when they were not supposed to. When they knew and understood it was okay. Anyway, love this. I love the back of it with the birds, the fabric with the birds. And inside there's a pocket in here. And anchors and hearts. And are you going to show our next bag?
Yes, I am. It's this bag, and if you look closely,
this is her big bag.
Actually, a whole bunch of sheepies in the wash.
And they're all wet. colors.
Not my fault.
I'm not saying it's your fault.
Ooh.
So this hasn't been cleaned out since
Stuffing.
I'd made a... Oh, so horrible. Okay, so this bag hasn't been cleaned out since this shawl got done. This shawl was in this bag. So this is her large size. Hang on.
I'm looking for stuffing.
No, get your hands out. So this has got 2 other pockets in it. And we'll do a more review, but this is her large size and this is her medium size. So just so you can compare. This is like very big, bigger than John Michael's head.
As she is conveniently holding it up for comparison.
Anyway. So that's you so-and-so, and she has an Etsy shop, and she's going to have a coupon code, and she's doing a giveaway. All that stuff will be here, and we'll have it in the show notes too. So, sorry, I didn't write in the show notes what it is off the top of my head. And, are we ready? I'm actually not sure she sent it to me yet. So are we done with Maker of the Month?
It's time for the conservation.
The conservation. That's interesting. The conservation of words?
Of energy.
Energy? We're going to conserve energy?
Yes.
I don't
Newton's
wanna
third law of thermodynamics.
I don't want to conserve energy.
Woo!
Okay.
Actually, it's time for the conversation.
Conversating? Is that a word?
That is how that words.
Okay. So.
That is how one words. Don't question it.
Okay. Last time we spoke about knitting changes.
Yes. This time.
About how knitting changes. Knitting changes? How knitting changes?
Your knitting changes.
My knitting changes.
This time, our topic is knitting efficiency.
I need these baskets. Move your toes. Because these baskets need to go like this. There we go. That's what we needed. We needed an ottoman.
That's what we need. Right here, an ottoman. We need the official Color and Life podcast ottoman.
That sounds good. Okay, scooch
Doesn't
it.
it?
You can scooch it over, actually, a little bit. And scooch it back up. It needs to go like 4 inches that way, and if you scooch it over that way, you can have it for yours too.
Okay. Now that we have the official Color and Life podcast ottoman in place,
oh yes,
we can begin our conversating. So, knitting efficiency, right? What does that mean to you?
I'm not sure. I think at first blush I would say it means knitting quickly, making every stitch count, I guess. But I'm not sure that I would. I'm not sure that it's
That's
that
because,
easy.
like, the definition of efficiency is, a favorable ratio, essentially, of two things. So, like, speed is not... I mean, you're only getting half a ratio there. You know, I mean, like, speed, yeah, that's good. That's more like speedy knitting, you know?
Right, we don't. So, wait. So, efficiency would mean we would have to compare two ratios?
Yeah, so it's like, no, just two things in a ratio, because a ratio compares two things.
So, the ratio between two things.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me. So...
Wait. Buzz. We are so stinking orange.
Oh, sorry, I'm wrong. Slightly. Speed is a ratio. So, Yeah.
Distance over time.
Displacement over time. Velocity is distance over time.
Speed is displacement over time?
Yeah. So the difference between displacement and
I stopped caring.
distance. Okay. No, but I haven't. And you asked. It's too late. So the difference between displacement and distance is, right, so I could say that it's like 3 feet that way. Right? That's a distance. But a displacement is it's gone 3 feet from here. So the useful illustration here is that you take like a winding mountain road, right? So you have your windy road. That is representative of...
And you go from here to here.
Yeah. And that is representative of distance. So you travel along this windy road, and your distance traveled is different from your displacement.
Yeah, like I said.
So that's
No,
the
don't keep
difference
explaining.
between velocity and speed. Is
Okay.
Speed is displacement and velocity is distance. The more you know.
The more I don't care.
So, after that quick physics lesson, speed is a ratio
All right.
of distance and time.
So what am I comparing so I can determine efficiency?
Well, you're comparing how much stitches you've got and how much time it took you.
Well, that would be speed.
Right. Which is a ratio. I said that. I said I was slightly wrong,
Okay.
and that speed is a ratio, so there.
Okay, so knitting efficiency could be measured in speed.
Yeah, you could do that. Or you could measure it in how much of your time you spend knitting.
Well, I knit like every spare second.
Right.
And I mean, people are like, you knit so fast, you knit so fast. Well, I knit fairly fast. I'm not a particular, I'd say I'm kind of average.
Yeah, she's not a slow knitter.
In my speed, as far as just...
But she's definitely not a speedster knitter either.
No. I can get up some pretty decent speed sometimes. Depends on projects and stuff. But also, I lost. Oh, I knit everywhere. I mean, I knit in every single little tiny minute of spare time that there might be. Which is part of why I have projects in different stages. So I'll knit. I always have a project with me.
Yep.
Even if I'm sure I won't get a chance to knit because I don't know. And then I'll end up with
I think
a few minutes waiting while John Michael goes into the
that
post office.
we almost... You just kind of hit on something that makes you an extremely efficient knitter, I would say.
Okay.
And that is that you keep projects in various different stages. So like some people who only knit one project at a time can't work on their socks right now because they're too busy. So instead, they don't knit on their socks, even though they'd like to be knitting, and that is a loss of efficiency. But you try to keep projects in various different places so that they can you always have a project that can be worked on.
Right, and it's really frustrating to me when I don't have a project that is in a place I can work on it.
Hence your Cozy Memories blanket.
Hence my Cozy Memories blanket, and also hence my willingness to start socks one at a time. Because now I've got a sock that I can take with me that I just am going to be knitting on for a while. And I actually knit toe up socks pretty fast. Well, when I'm working on them. We're not going to talk about Bedalia and crocus socks.
Huh?
We're not going to talk about the 2 pairs of socks that have been languishing for years.
Oh.
We're not going to talk about those.
But we just did.
Well, you forced me to. So, anyway, so we have I totally love this. Is not working for my brain.
Efficiency through working on multiple projects at the same time.
Yes.
So she has a lot of projects and she works. I would say that I'm not an efficient knitter.
Well, I also make use of little pieces of time too.
Yeah, and little bits of yarn.
Yeah.
I would not say that you're an efficient yarn knitter, though.
No, maybe my
The yarn
efficiency's
to
a little
knitting
bit, yeah.
ratio is a bit skewed. Even with your many projects, the yarn to knitting ratio is a bit skewed.
A bit.
There's another measure of efficiency in knitting.
And it's not just knitting, though. I think we're talking about efficiency in general. And the value of efficiency. But there's also a value in there's also a lot of value just in the process of knitting. Just for our brains, too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of podcasters out there who are talking about the different values and things that are going on, or the studies that are going on that are showing that knitting releases serotonin.
Well, I mean, I knew that.
It's its own antidepressant. Well, unless things are going wrong.
In which case,
Your knitting gets put in timeout.
yes.
His knitting is in timeout. What about your scarf? Do you want to knit on your scarf?
I don't know where my pattern is currently. I have an errant pattern, so I have an errant pattern and an errant knitting, so, and unfortunately they're not on the same project.
That is most unfortunate.
Yes, isn't it?
I have lost my train of thought yet again. So, efficiency in general. Not necessarily only in knitting.
But our topic
Because
is
there's-
efficiency in knitting.
No, it's just efficiency. Because we've got weaving efficiency and spinning efficiency. Some of it can be how you form your stitches or how you're doing your drafting.
Oh yeah, I was actually going to bring this up. I think that one of the ways in which I knit efficiently is how I tension my yarn. Because I only tension it when it is most important to tension it, and at no other time. Observe. So I'm just kind of holding it loosely here. I'll just not hold it.
They can't see. You've got to actually
Right, so here.
turn around.
There, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
So I'm going through the needle. I'm just going to wrap it around, not under tension. Right? Only now do I tension it, and I just kind of grab it here, and I tension it, and I pull it through, and then I slip it off, and then as I'm working this next stitch, I'll tension it just to the tightness that I want on this previous stitch as I wrap it around. Because this stitch sort of this second stitch here sort of locks this stitch in place. You know, it's not going to change its tension because it would have to change this stitch first. So you only have to worry about the tension of this stitch until you wrap your next stitch, at which point it's kind of locked in.
Okay. Do you think my knitting is efficient? Do you think it's more efficient, or more efficient than yours?
I'm just watching you knit right now. It's actually fairly hypnotic. There's just so many things going on there.
With me?
With your knitting, yeah.
Why?
So just break it down real quick.
Okay.
So just knit a few stitches real quick, and I'll
hang on.
point out all the bits to you.
I can't do it now. He's watching me.
Right. So here's what it is, right? So, right, you insert it first, okay? Then you wrap. Then you take this finger and you push that needle down, and at the same time you reach this thumb up and grab the needle and pull it back a little bit. And all the while that's happening, you bring this hand out and put some extra yarn there. That's because I'm making you all self-conscious now. Your subconscious can't properly work because you're paying attention.
Okay.
You're welcome.
So
it's like when you tell someone that they're breathing, and now that they're thinking about breathing, they can't stop thinking about the fact that they're breathing.
We're talking about efficiency.
Yeah.
You didn't answer the question, though.
Oh. That must have been one of my clever evasions. What was the question?
What was the question?
I don't remember.
Do you think my knitting is as efficient or more efficient than yours? And I just mean
Your
intrinsically.
knitting process, or like as a whole?
Yes.
Yes. It is efficient.
It is as efficient? Is it more efficient?
I would say so.
Both my knitting. Do you think it's because of the continental style, or do you think it's just because of my little...
I think it is because of your style of knitting.
Because of how I do the stitches?
No. Because of how you approach the...
Oh, so it doesn't matter.
Endeavor.
Okay, what about just my process of forming stitches?
Oh, I think it's rather redundant.
Because?
Because look how simple mine is. Watch me knit a few stitches. And watch how little my fingers actually move.
The thing is, if you want to get faster as a knitter, the idea is have as few and as small of movements as possible.
Yeah. Because moving takes time.
Right. So, if I was going to be... So, there's a way... Does it go over the top? Anyway. This is not my method, so... I can do it when I'm doing color work. But there are people that just hold when they're knitting with the yarn tension in their right hand instead of their left, that just literally just go like this. Just this little, and that's why they're called flickers. Because they just literally just do this little tiny movement and flick their yarn over. And continental people like me holding their left hand are called pickers sometimes, because they reach through and just pick up the yarn and do it. What do you think?
I prefer flicking. I'm trying picking right now. It is not...
You don't quite flick. you're kind of a combination. You don't quite throw, but you don't quite
I throw with
flick
my whole
either.
hand. I flick with my whole hand. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
That's kind of throwing.
Yes, but not quite. Because I hold it like a flicker.
Right.
Here, let me
So
see if I
anyway.
can. Let me see if I can properly flick.
You need to keep your hand closer to your tip of your needle.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're almost there. Yeah, there you go. But even more. So it's just right there.
Yeah.
Just takes practice. So, okay, so that's
Learning
one
to
kind
knit
of,
efficiently on the Color and Life podcast.
that's one kind of efficiency is just knitting speed.
Just
that
raw
you're-
speed.
Just raw speed.
No trickery about it.
So you have, you're just, I mean, there's that factor. That it's just how speedy is your knitting. How fast can you do it? And there are some freaking fast knitters out there.
Speed knitter.
Yep. And I would really like to be, in some ways I would like to be faster, but I've never had knitting fatigue is something I've been hearing a lot about.
I'm
and
knitting
people
pretty
saying,
fast over here.
And people
I'm
saying
waiting for you to take notice.
you are doing pretty well. Yeah, your finger's still too far away, just in case you are wondering.
Right, but I'm still knitting pretty fast.
Yeah.
Regardless of the distance of my finger to needle.
So, there's raw knitting speed, just how fast you're knitting. And there are some really, really fast knitters out there.
Yes. So there's knitting speed.
But speed isn't everything. But I haven't ever had any problems with my hands. And I hear a lot of people complain about how much their hands hurt.
Well, you're doing it wrong.
Okay, not necessarily. That's not the answer to everything.
Or you're not doing it enough. One of those two is true.
No, not necessarily.
Why not?
It's not that easy.
Well,
If
see,
you have,
if you do it
if-
more,
wait,
then your hands will
wait,
get used
just a
to
second,
that
just a
motion.
second.
And
if you have a broken leg,
yes,
and so it would hurt to walk.
that is not the same
The
thing.
answer, yes,
See,
it is.
No,
Because
no,
some people have injuries,
okay,
they have
okay. But
arthritis,
see, that's
they have
a
other
different
things.
question. That's not just like this knitter, their hands are hurt. You know, this knitter comes to you and they don't have arthritis. They don't have any injury in their hands. They're just hurting. What's your first thought?
I want to see how they knit.
Exactly, because they might be doing it wrong.
No, it's not a wrong. That's where I'm having the issue.
Okay, well, if it hurts when you knit, and
You're gonna have a bad time.
yeah, exactly. See, so you're doing it wrong.
No.
That's how that works. Describe to me how it's not doing
He
it
French
wrong.
fried when he should have pizzaed.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly, and that's right.
My point is,
I know I'm forcing you into a false dichotomy,
yes,
which
exactly.
is wrong.
Which is wrong. Stop that. So, now I lost all my train of thought. So, I don't have a whole lot of pain. I mean, I've knit for that one time we had the Flash Marathon. And I knit on the Waiting for Rain shawl. And I knit for, I think it was 8 hours. At least. And my hands only sort of were getting tired. A little bit. I've had the tiniest little bits of almost irritation. Sometimes holding sock needles. That's why I think it's good to have.
Also,
I think part of efficiency is also being able to stand up and take breaks and stuff like that so you can.
Yeah, I know. I've had this experience.
Knitting
Sometimes
injuries are real.
a knitting related injury.
Knitting injuries are real. They are.
I'm
Laugh if you
remembering.
must.
I'm remembering the dinosaurs episode
Oh,
with the dancing related injury.
oh yeah. Okay.
Anyway, that's beside the point. What I was gonna say is, sometimes when I'm using my computer, when I'm gaming, certain muscles, depending on what I'm doing, and if I'm doing it really for a long period or really intensely, certain muscles will be tense for a long time, and that makes like my pinky on this hand actually has this problem a lot because it's the one finger not supported by my mouse. I have a really cool mouse that supports these 3 fingers, and then this one, when I pick up my mouse, it has to grab the mouse and lift it. And so sometimes it'll get a little bit sore right through here, and my guess is that if you're knitting while stressed, or you're stressed about finishing something, that your muscles tense up in ways that make it not fun for your hands.
Yes, that is part of it. And then there's also practice. And I know this sounds awful in some ways, but I was thinking of piano while you were talking about that and how you're wanting to learn the piano.
And that
but
makes
you
your fingers
have
hurt.
to, it can, you have to get those muscles used to moving in different ways.
You also have
And
to just kind of, your fingers impacting the keys is
It can be sore.
depending on how
That's right.
heavy a piano you have.
How how stiff the action is. That's what it's called. So anyway, but I realized just as I was going through that while you were talking that may be part of why I don't end up having some of that fatigue is because I knit all the little bits of time. All the time. So I'm always strengthening my hands and those muscles that hold it and giving them practice.
It's because you knit so much.
Right.
One of these days we need to have a parade of all the things that you have lying around that you've knit.
Yeah, they kind of just start collecting everywhere. They're all up on the Ravelry page, but
we need to
I do have piles of
run
knitted
them in
things.
front of the.
I do.
Just like completed objects, not even UFOs, just
No,
completed
they're
things.
just completed things. Because I knit for me. I have a few gifts that I've done, and I will do some gift knitting, like the whole Christmas thing. But mostly,
that
my
was
stuff
exciting.
is for me. That was exciting. Let's see. So when we're efficient, I think there's efficiency with the supplies. And like Ruth asked if someone can be a minimalist and a crafter.
Yes, efficiency is huge in supplies. And cost.
You can have
Sorry, I have a small
efficiency.
case of the hiccups.
Efficiency that way. Plus you can have efficiency with body movements so that you have less stress and less fatigue on your body while you're spinning or weaving or knitting or crocheting.
So, I think what we've determined is the most efficient knitter. The most efficient. Okay? Keep in mind, this is not necessarily a goal that you should shoot for. But the most efficient knitter only buys
We're
supplies.
talking about the ideal.
No,
super...
not ideal.
No. Just
the most efficient knitter.
in every single possible way or
Yes.
category.
Yes.
Define.
Not necessarily ideal.
That we've discussed. Okay.
Yes. So, you've got a knitter who only buys patterns and yarn when they are starting a project.
Okay.
Okay. And then they cast on that project and they knit with minimalist movements. They don't move their hands very much. And they have a whole bunch of projects. so that they always have a project that they can knit on, and they knit
But they don't have
using
any
most
yarn.
of their time.
But they don't have any yarn not on projects.
They don't have any. They haven't spent on any money on any yarn that they're not using.
All right. So the most efficient knitter is one who's
efficient with time, or efficient with
yarn.
Movement, and they're efficient with yarn.
And they have multiple projects, so they can be efficient with their
time. So you've got two out of 3. I'm gonna go with 2 out of 3 for you.
Because of the yarn thing really
You've
kind of
made 2 out
bites
of
me in the butt. The yarn and the supplies thing really bite me in the butt.
Yeah, just a bit. You're not quite.
I'm not really an efficient spinner either, am I?
No, not even.
And not even an efficient weaver, because I've got.
No.
I've only have one loom that's warped.
Yep. You're most efficient in your knitting, and you've only got 2 out of 3. So, better luck next time.
How about you?
Me? I've got maybe.
What's your score?
Maybe.
You have 0 out of
0.
3.
Yeah, I have 0. I have like a small stash, and yeah, I don't have a whole lot of projects. I don't spend my time knitting, and I'm not very concise with my hand movements. So like, no, I'm just not an efficient knitter. But I knew that. I was aware of this going in. I choose this.
You choose non-efficient knitting?
Yeah.
What do you think you're efficient in other ways? No, you're not. That's kind of your goal this summer, huh?
What?
Is to up your efficiency?
Oh, I beg to differ. My efficiency in Minecraft is top notch.
Remember that ratio thing?
I am
your
so
efficiency,
efficient. I could show you my resource usage, and it would be
your
incredible.
efficiency in Minecraft isn't, because you've got the Minecraft to real world ratio.
That's different. That's a different ratio. You take that into account separately.
No.
Anyway.
No. That is not how that works.
Anyway, so I think that's it.
Do you think... Is that it? Is that all we're going to talk about?
Yep.
And knitting efficiency, we're done?
Yeah. I
Okay.
think so what would
or
you...
just efficiency, crafting efficiency.
Well, yeah.
Well, just efficiency.
Yeah, efficiency. You know.
How important is it, though?
Not really.
Do you think it's really important
it's
to be
all about
efficient?
having fun. And like I said, the cramping muscles and stuff, that's when you're trying to knit too fast. So don't try and knit too fast. Take it slow.
Be like a duck.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No. That's not the way to go. You got to go slow.
Sandra
good
Boynton,
song.
Be Like a Duck.
You need to link both of those songs in both of the...
Both of which? Be Like a Hippo and Be Like a Duck?
If
Hippo
can dance.
Yeah, Be Like a Hippo and When a Duck Can Dance.
Just have a dyslexic attack there.
Okay, so anyway, I'll link both of those.
Yeah, the good songs
down below. Really good. And do we have questions?
What is your efficiency score?
Yes.
In our rating.
And what was our rating? You need to go over the...
Oh yeah, so like you have to be efficient with your hand movements, not too much hand movement. And you've got to keep a very spare stash, if any stash at all. I have a feeling that's going to trip up most of you. And you have to... Time efficiency. You have to have lots of projects. And let's split it up. Let's get two points in there, because you have to have lots of projects and be a fast knitter. So there's 2 bits there.
to the time.
Yeah.
So you've got your
You've got to not just have lots of projects, but you've got to knit all the time, and then you've also got to like knit.
oh, so it's how much of your how little empty time you have, the
That you fill with
quantity of
knitting.
time that you fill with knitting, as well as
The
how
speed of
you
your
can
actual
find
knitting.
little bits of space, plus the
Yeah, so I guess
actual
the speed is like in with the motion and stuff. So that's
Mhm.
like your speed and then your time efficiency. Yeah. So 3. You get 3 points. How many did you get? Not that it really matters.
I got
you
2
know,
out of 3
It's not a contest.
because John Michael already lost. That's why he's saying it's a contest because he has 0 out of 3.
Hey, I don't go.
Right?
I
Isn't
don't
that
come
how
to
that
win.
works?
I come to have fun. You know that.
All right, that's true. You are that way in almost every game. Almost everything. So, what
So that's it for our
is that? Our
questions
questions
for
for
viewers.
viewers? Is that
And we don't have any questions from viewers.
no? Wait, is that are those the only questions we have for our viewers?
I think
Is
so.
just rate your score on our weird little scale we just invented.
Yeah.
Okay.
What else? What else would we ask them? I mean,
Well,
that's
what are
like,
their thoughts on efficiency?
Well, yeah. I mean, please share. I mean, that's. I mean,
I think that's
implicit.
kind of what goes into product versus process knitter.
Yeah.
It's kind of, do you care about how quickly you get the product?
Yep.
Are you knitting just to get the product, or are you knitting for the process of knitting?
Something like
And
that.
that can change.
Anyway,
Okay.
we don't have
And
any
no
questions
questions.
from viewers.
Nobody asked us any questions. Sadness.
There's a frowny face in the show
There is a
notes.
pretty face. Where is the sad face in this? All right. So, until next time.
Have a colorful life.